having real coffee this morning. It's about 4:20 again. Seems like a good time to wake up in the morning. But we're going to try to make an early start today, so I'm rushing. Okay, it is 5:15, and I'm all packed up and ready to go. I remembered to brush my teeth, and I did not have to unpack my pack after I packed it up. Excuse me. So I'm getting that early start. My hip hurts this morning. It's not tendon pain though. It's like that deep ache inside the joint. I'm grateful it's not the tendon pain though, because that's the pain that'll end this trip for me. So I stretched out, did everything I could, and I'm on my way. I got about 2.5 liters of water. I can carry a max of 4, but it is so difficult to get water out of that water source at the railroad crossing. Plus all the seaweed and slime in it keeps clogging up my filter. So I got 2.5 liters, and that's about all the weight I feel like I can put on my hip at the moment. Hopefully there'll be a water cache at Samelius trailhead. If not, I'm going, well, it's 10 miles to the campground on the southern end of Sheridan Lake. My resupply box is, of course, at the marina on the north end of Sheridan Lake. So that's another 2-ish miles to the north shore. So I could be going 10, could be going 12 miles today. We'll see if maybe I can find a campground host or somebody to take pity on me and drive me to the marina. Fingers crossed. All right, we're off. What day is it? It's June 21st. It's the summer solstice. It is the first day of summer, I think. It was either yesterday or today. Cool. Day 6. Hey, look, I found another water source. Just kidding, but my water source from last night was not that much better. Oh yeah, how about that water source? That's slimy. Bet there's some frogs and turtles in there. am at the Samelius trailhead. I just hopped off the Centennial trail for a minute because I'm going to come over here and see if there is indeed a water cache. So I haven't drank much water yet today. I've been at it for about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 15 minutes. But if there is a water cache, I'm going to sit over here and eat my breakfast and camel up on some water and load up a little bit of extra and head back out. Here is the trailhead. CT hiker, save until June 5th. Empty. All right, it's breakfast break time. I have toasted coconut and vanilla bean Tao's Bakes bar and a peanut butter to go. We've been climbing, but I'm hoping that I'll get an opportunity to have a view. I thought I lost the trail. I found it. A view of where I was yesterday, because I can kind of see it on the other side of the highway. I just ran into some people, well, rather a couple of runners and their dogs ran into me, caught up with me on the trail, and we talked for a little bit, and I told them what I was doing and what day I was on, and this guy who's incredibly fit, running, just out for a short 6-mile run, says, "Man, you're in beast mode. I would never do that." And I looked at him and I was like, I would never run. I would never do that. Like, I can't believe how hard that is. And it just made me feel good because I'm out here dying, just exhausted, pushing myself so hard. But running seems like the next level, you know, that I can't fathom with my hips. But I'm in beast mode, clearly. I have a lot of respect for not just runners, but for people who do hard things, you know, push themselves, especially past, you know, issues that they might have or through adversity, to do hard things anyways. You know, people that can look inwards at themselves and take a measure of who they are and decide if that's enough for them, if they're satisfied or proud of that person. And if not, be able to acknowledge that and do something to change it, to grow. And I think that's really evident with people who run or people who backpack or skydive or, you know, do marathons or athletes. The Sally McRae's and Cameron Haynes and I don't know. I just never thought that I was an athlete or that I really even cared about athletes when I was younger. And now I have so much admiration for people that push themselves to be better tomorrow than who they are today. it's been steep. Feels like straight up. But I made it up to the top of the part I was trying to get to the top of early before it got hot. I think it's like just before 9 a.m. and it is already really hot, but there's a nice breeze up here. Ooh, steep and rocky though. Steep and rocky. So I made it to the highest point on the trail. It's all downhill from here today. Yay. 5,833 feet. That's the highest point on the Centennial Trail. Not in the Black Hills, but the highest point on the trail. And there's so many butterflies out here. It's really cool. The something about this trail is it's really windy up here. You probably can't hear me. There's a lot of little critters on this trail. Bugs and bees and butterflies and snakes and turtles and lots of critters out here. I finally ran into other thru hikers. Today is the first day since I started that I have seen other thru hikers. So I stopped because they were coming up behind me. As I figured, a lot of other hikers were going to come up behind me and pass me, but I hadn't seen any yet. So this was a couple, maybe my age, and they just seemed miserable. The wife especially, bless her heart, she said they were on day 2 or day 3, something crazy, like huge miles, 20-mile days. And they both had what looked like brand new packs on, big packs, big like my pack. And the husband had no smiles, and she was just like, that's harder than I thought it was going to be, and my feet are hurting, and I just felt so bad for them, because this is my happy place. I come out here and I'm so happy, but if I was trying to do a 20-mile day, that's a certain level of fitness that I just don't possess, and I would be really miserable too. They did say this was their first thru hike, but they had done other big hikes before. But gosh, it just seems like if you planned a trip like this and you were trying to have a good time, or maybe even it was your vacation time that you were using, and then you were just miserable because you were trying to do too much. Oh, that doesn't seem like a fun trip. But it was so nice to see other hikers, and I'm sure they'll be just fine. They were definitely fit enough, and they cruised right by me 2 times. So, I mean, surely you wouldn't plan on hiking 20 miles in a day if you weren't physically capable of it. It's hard for me to even imagine, to wrap my head around. Like, here I am doing a 10 to 12 mile day, and I'm like, ooh, I got to get up at 5 a.m. I got to prepare and stretch and carry all this water, and that's a big ask for me. And gosh, so much growing to do fitness wise. I hope to be where they're at someday and still smiling, because I don't want to be miserable. What a beautiful place to be miserable in. Yeah. Well, I can see the lake. I can't show you the lake because there's trees, but I still got about 4.5, 5 miles to go. Long day. But I want to get to that North Shore marina because there's food there, firstly. And there's soap there, shampoo and conditioner in my resupply box, which I cannot wait because it's good conditioner. And I have not washed my hair in a while. And I'm going to wash my clothes. I'm just going to take my clothes into the shower with me and scrub them because I have enough soap now to do that. I hadn't had enough, but now I will. So off I go before I trip over a rock. All right, guys, there's my next water source. Just kidding. I am on the south point of Sheridan Lake at Flume trailhead. So I got a few more miles to get to the north shore and the marina and restaurant, hopefully. So I should be there. I'm averaging today like 1.5 miles an hour, which is not great, but it has been very steep, very, very, very steep. So it's like 12:30. I should be there by late lunch, early dinner, maybe 2 meals, who knows. You know how I said it was all downhill from the highest point that I hit today? Well, that was in fact a lie. I have one more foothill to get up and over before I drop down into the marina. I just got off this dam and came to this set of stairs that leads me up to the cliffs that I see people are up on. They look a lot bigger than I thought they were going to be. So I've pretty much forgotten about videoing anything for hours. I got so hot and dehydrated today that by the time I made it into Sheridan Lake, I laid down behind an outhouse and just rested and drank liter after liter after liter of water because I couldn't remember the last time that I had peed. So, playing catch up this afternoon and evening. But I did get a campsite. There was no restaurants here, which was a major bummer. But I'm backpacking. I'm not trying to be spoiled. There are bathrooms, picnic tables, potable water. I have a water spigot like 20 feet from my campsite and a toilet as well, which is really nice. I am in the group camping, which is not really allowed because I'm a single tent, but I paid the $28 and I got the site because nobody else was here, and the lady, I think she felt sorry for me, but I did tell her because it's a huge group camping site, like huge. So I told her if any other backpackers come through, they're more than welcome to stay here with me. So maybe they will, probably they won't. I did see another couple of guys on trail. In fact, I met up with them behind the toilets. They were laying down back there too. It was the only shady spot. So I did get a frozen pizza at the marina. Super nice people down there. I got my resupply box. And yeah, just resting. Another super long day. I did get poison ivy. So between dehydration and poison ivy and a couple bummers, no showers, it wasn't the best end to all that hard work. No more amenities for a while until my next resupply box, which is 4 days away. And that will be my last resupply box. So yeah, not a lot of amenities. There is a mercantile where my resupply is, so maybe there's a shower there. I doubt it though. I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get a shower unless I get a hotel room at the end of the trail. But fingers crossed, maybe a miracle will happen. Yeah, that's it. There's a group camping next to me of men, mostly young men, and it's a Catholic camp, and they're very, very nice men, and they come by and are chanting and singing, and one of them's doing a testimony right now about how his mom got addicted to pain medication, and that obviously brings up some stuff for me because my mom was an addict, and it ended up taking her life. It's sad to listen to, but I am of the belief that we end up in places that we're supposed to be. So maybe I didn't get that restaurant or that shower, but definitely getting a little soul healing here next to this camp of young men.